United States President Donald Trump's situations and
which one of the situations?
Which one? Maybe deportations to Trinidad.
You know, you laugh at that, but that's a serious matter, and I don't think it's a Trump matter, because many of you don't know that President Obama deported more people than any other American president. Yes. And I must tell you, as chairman of the National Security Council, that what happens when people are deported is that based on the CARICOM approach to the U.S. government and agreement, whenever someone is deported, a report comes to the National Security Council. So we get to see who is coming back to us, and it's very worrisome. I looked at this last January for 2016, and we have received a fair amount of people who have been found guilty of unsavory behavior. And they come back home, they're back home, they're here. There's nothing we can do with respect to denying them being home. And that stream of people, for a plethora of crimes, they come home to join our local production. Which is why the work that Wayne Chance is doing has the full support of the government, and I've asked the Minister of Finance to see if he can give him some more support to help us deal with this kind of situation, which doesn't attract the attention of the average person. But if you see what I see, you'll understand the kind of problem we have.
Well, clearly, government could ramp up, another kind of service to cater for that kind of organization.
These things are not best done through government systems. The NGO systems are normally much more cost effective. So it's better for the government to support Wayne Chance and people like that and his organization than to create a government department to do it. History has shown that that's the best way to go. And that's what we will do.
It's Crime Level Safety Report for 2017. The U.S. State Department had assessed Port of Spain as being a low threat location for terrorist activity directed at or affecting official U.S. government interests, but also had assessed Port of Spain as being a critical threat location for crime directed at or affecting U.S. government interests.
Those reports are done in the context of U.S. government interests, but we don't need any U.S. government report to tell us that we have a serious crime problem in Port of Spain or in Trinidad and Tobago. When you see it in writing, it might make good copy, but we have to acknowledge that we have an ongoing crime problem in Trinidad and Tobago. And we don't need someone to come and tell us that. We live it, we are experiencing it, and that's what we're trying to respond to. I see nothing there to take any issue with.
Mr. Prime Minister, instead of the National Security Council, again, of course, the prevalence of guns in the context of committal of crimes must continue to concern you, as it is the entire population. Is there a loophole somewhere that, I don't want to say the Coast Guard or Customs or something somewhere that these guns are continuing to come into our country?
But we are doing a lot. Maybe not everything that we can do, because we're always trying to do better. But if you notice, I think the figure is 792. Let's not sell them short. The police service in this country, in 12 months, took 792 guns off the street. So there is some effort being made. But at the same time, we have to make sure that persons didn't bring in 700 more. And that's part of the assignment. And I told you before, one gun used 700 times is like 700 guns used once. It's an ongoing problem. It's an ongoing response. And what is required is a sustainable national effort in response to the criminal element. And what we have to do is to do everything that's possible to ensure that the morale in the police service, the quality of the police service, the dedication of the police service, which is the first line of defense. And when they get success in dealing with those who have chosen those activities, that they get the support of the judiciary and the population at large. That's where you're working. Thank you very much, and hope to see you again soon.